This week on LandLeader Television.
We are the leaders of the land. Land is what we live on. It can be explored, built upon, and cultivated. Land holds our wildlife, crops and livestock, and the homes in which we live. It provides a resource for your family. It's what our forefathers settled and our brave fight to protect. It asks that you respect it, keep it free, and put back what you have taken. At times, it's purchased, sold, and traded, and it's passed on from generation to generation. So it's our duty as land brokers to be champions of conservation, habitat management, and ownership. We possess a deep love for our land and respect for all it provides. We are LandLeader.
This segment is brought to you by Corder & Associates.
So my name is Trampus Corder, born and raised in Fort Benton, Montana. I am a broker owner with Corder & Associates, licensed in Montana and Wyoming. The piece of property out in the Geraldine area, we titled it Naked Acres with a View. Couldn't have a better name. It's been in CRP, it's been back put to grass. The Conservation Reserve Program has been a huge asset for these farmers that were entering into the retirement stage. It was put into place by the government to take farmland out of production and put it back into grasslands. The whole thought behind the Conservation Reserve Program was to decrease soil erosion, decrease the sedimentation into the rivers and streams, and ultimately increase wildlife habitat.
My name is John Stoos. I live in Geraldine, Montana. I have some property for sale. I've listed it with Trampus Corder. The stuff out west of Geraldine is 369 acres. As far as yields go, all three parcels are basically the same. The stuff out south of Geraldine, that's 320 acres, 155 tillable, the rest in pasture. The stuff out east, there is 550 acres, total acres in that. The history of the property, I'm third generation on part of it, fourth generation on part of it. My family migrated from Germany to Canada and then migrated from Canada to here in the early 20s. And I've had family farm all around this area. The main reason we put it into CRP was because of depressed grain markets. It's good for the wildlife, water conservation. The sharptails have increased tremendously since we've put it in CRP. The sharptail grouse was almost non-existent around here, and it has improved every year since the Conservation Reserve Program. We used to never see elk out here on the plains, and all of a sudden they're showing up real frequently out here on the plains. The antelope numbers have improved, the mule deer numbers have improved. We hardly ever seen a deer this close to Geraldine. I'm only a half a mile from Geraldine, and now there's deer running all over. Oh, if you came to this area deer hunting, I would say it's 100%. It just depends on how picky you are. If you want a trophy buck, they are here, but they are tough to find. But if you're a deer hunter looking for meat, there's no problem getting a deer here. For years and years, an outstanding yield in this area was 50 bushel per acre. Now they're approaching 100 quite frequently. And the production in this area has really, really improved. The reason I picked Trampus Corder is because I've known Trampus all his life. He delves in everything. He has a lot of irons in the fire, and he does an excellent job at whatever he decides to do.
This particular property has views of the Highwood Mountains. It's close to the Missouri River, which is a phenomenal fishery. The attributes from a recreational standpoint can't be beat on this property.
It's a good way of life. There's no better way of life than farming. It's great for kids, it's great for family. There just isn't nothing better.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Mahindra and participating farm credit locations. It's about people far and wide, from coast to coast. The farmers, the ranchers, their cattle and crops, weekends in the woods, blueberries, peaches, a fishing pole, and your grandpa's rifle. Best friends, the love of your life, our children. It's about making this real. We've been financing your life for more than a century. We're Farm Credit. We're here to help you grow.
Landowners, Mahindra's inventory clearance sale is going on now. We're reducing prices like never before on the toughest tractors on earth. Like a Mahindra Emax 22 as low as $99 a month. Or get up to $8,100 in cash back and savings. Plus, Mahindra's 7-year limited powertrain warranty comes standard. Hurry in for clearance savings and get your work done, America.
Looking to sell your ranch or farm? Visit LandLeader.com to learn about our exclusive network of the best farm and ranch brokers across the country. LandLeader member brokers are the leaders in their areas, representing the finest properties and providing their clients with the most property marketing in the nation. From ranches and farms to sporting properties and vacant land, we're the largest land marketing company in America. Give us a call or visit LandLeader.com today.
LandLeader Television is brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide. Mahindra, toughest utility vehicles on earth. Gunworks, 1,400 yards right out of the box. Cinch jeans and shirts. Lead, don't follow. And by participating farm credit locations. Now, it's time for this week's Property Update. In Season 1, we visited a coastal property called Alder Creek Ranch, located along the beach in Northern California, just a few hours north of San Francisco. This recreational property included over 260 acres of multi-use land that included a small sheep operation, a ranch-style main home with amazing ocean views, access to your own stretch of Pacific Ocean beach, and Alder Creek running through the property that offers some awesome fly fishing and remote tranquility. This property has sold, and since then, Todd Renfrew of California Outdoor Properties has listed more ranches along the coast for sale. If you are looking to buy or sell a property in the Golden State, be sure to call the team at California Outdoor Properties. You'll be working with a top land brokerage in the state. And that's LandLeader's Property Update of the Week. This segment is brought to you by Great Lakes Land and Real Estate Company.
My name's Tim Cohane. I'm from Great Lakes and Land Real Estate in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. We're on the Skyline. It's an 8,000-acre tract nestled in the eastern part of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Large timber property with a whole good variety of wildlife out here. We're out here already seeing a bear and 2 cubs. We've seen cranes, eagles, hawks. This is a tremendous piece of property. It's over 8,000 acres, and that is one of the largest tracts you're going to find in the Upper Peninsula.
My name is Brandon Ball. I work with American Forest Management. I'm an area manager out of our Atlantic Mine, Michigan office. I was part of the team that actively managed this property from 2008 to about 2011, which was the last year that we did any active harvesting. This property is located in Luce County, Michigan, which is in the eastern Upper Peninsula. It's located about 10 miles north of the town of Newberry. It has county road access and some Tequamanon River frontage. The property is about 8,000 acres with about just over 7,000 forested acres. The forested acres is about 70% hardwood, tolerant hardwood that is, and then the rest of it is a mixture of intolerant hardwood and softwood stands. Throughout the property, there's a couple of significant streams. The largest one would be the Gimlet Creek, which crosses the entire property. There's also two smaller inland lakes, Laurel Lake and Mud Lake. The primary species are red maple, balsam fir, and sugar maple. The property averages about 16 cords per acre of forest products. Around 2/3 of that is hardwood. The primary sawlog and veneer products are red maple and sugar maple, and that averages just under 1,000 feet per acre on the property. The property has a pretty good road system established. The property does have access off of State Highway 123 onto the Skyline Road, which is a county road. The property is enrolled in the commercial forest program, which allows the public to have access for hunting, fishing, and trapping. There's significant white-tailed deer, black bear, and ruffed grouse. From 2008 to 2011, we harvested approximately 300 to 500 acres per year in that time period. We did some aspen clear cutting and then hardwood sluck thinnings. At that time when we stopped actively harvesting the property, we had anywhere from 500 to 1,000 acres of sales that were planned to be cut, so that's something that someone could take advantage of right away. Locally, there's pulp mills and sawmills that would purchase wood from the property. Typically, most of the harvesting here is done during winter. There's easily 500 to 1,000 acres that could be harvested right off the bat.
People from all over the Midwest know about the Upper Peninsula and the beautiful scenic scenery. We have Lake Superior, the greatest freshwater lake in the world, just around the corner from us. And if you want to hunt, you want to fish, you want to have a timber investment, everything you could possibly think of as far as recreational and investment is up here. It's a unique place. It's a great place to raise kids. And it's a great place to invest in. I did 46 years ago, and I've never regretted a minute of it.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Cinch Jeans and Shirts and by Gunworks Rifles.
He comes to this moment. This is what he's prepared for. He's learned the science of long-range shooting. He knows how to select the right gear and how to compensate for wind. He's practiced. He's trained. Now, at 880 yards, he is ready. Gunworks, Long-Range University. Visit gunworks.com.
Now's a great time to buy your next farm, ranch, or recreational property. The premier broker members of LandLeader represent the finest properties available on the market today, from working cattle ranches to income-producing farm ground, equestrian facilities and agricultural land to sporting properties and land rich with mineral rights. Let the LandLeader network help you find your next piece of land. Tour thousands of properties for sale online at landleader.com.
Arkansas River Farms is 2,542 acres of dry land farm ground in Bent County, east of the town of Pueblo, Colorado. This offering consists of 5 separate farm parcels near John Martin Reservoir and the Arkansas River, with an abundance of deer and turkey on each of these properties. These parcels each have a source of running water via irrigation ditches or creeks. Call Jim Digby today for a private tour.
This segment of LandLeader TV is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Jim Digby, and we're headed down to Horse Creek Ranch, south of Rama, Colorado. It's a 6,600 deeded acre ranch with 300 acres of irrigated hay ground and water rights that are better than anybody in the area. Water just runs out of the ground on this ranch, which makes it a really unique ranch.
Hi, I'm Paul. Today we're at the Horse Creek Ranch in Rama, Colorado. Well, this property is unique, and I think all you have to do is drive up to it to see that, because what this property has that frankly nobody else has is it's where two aquifers come to the surface. So we have water, and one thing, the value of this property is the water. We have irrigation by ponds that originate on this place. The spring-fed ponds that allow us to irrigate and sub-irrigate of almost 300 acres. Not only fairly rare, it's very rare in eastern Colorado. We have the ability to produce enough hay to far exceed the carrying capacity of a normal ranch in this area. We do a lot of hay. We sell hay every year to horse people, to cattle people, and then we keep enough hay to overwinter our cattle. I hate to say this, and it might be bad luck, but we do have an excess of hay at this time. Well, I don't go back all the way. I'm old, but I'm not quite that old. This originally was the Holt Land and Cattle Company, and the Holt Land and Cattle Company was a huge operation encompassing much of eastern Colorado, from almost up to Aurora down to the Arkansas River. The house alone on this place was built in 1873, our best records indicate. We actually have pictures of this house from 1909. I'm sitting on a water trough that was part of this operation back in the old days. We have several sketches, pictures, and a nice book called The Cowboys, which fairly well documents this place. There was a cavalry station here, and this was allegedly part of the cavalry station. It's an old, well-established ranch, and the fact that it was old and well-established indicates the value of this place. This was the headquarters. This is where you wanted to be because of the water. We have 120 cows out on the east side in our commercial herd, and we have about 45 over here in our Wagyu herd. I'm a very conservative guy. When you get old, you get more conservative. That's what happens. But I think this realistically has the capacity for 200 to 250 animals a year, but I've always kept it under that, and if you looked at this year, you'd say, boy, you ought to have 350. What we have here is a really unique situation. We have some of the best Wagyu genetics in the country. Wagyu are the cattle of Japan. Wagyu simply means Japanese cattle. We have a herd of about 40 animals that are DNA traceable to the original shipments from Japan, genuine Wagyu cattle. And then we use our Wagyu bulls on a commercial herd to produce Wagyu F1s, or half Wagyu, half largely Angus. Those are available for the market, and that's what you see in the market as Wagyu. So we have both operations here. Wagyu beef is really special. Think about it. You go to a restaurant and you can see your prices on beef and certified Angus and so on. But when you look at Wagyu, that commands a premium. What the Japanese do is they concentrate on marbling, and the marbling is what gives the flavor. If you talk about intermuscular fat, that works. Intermuscular fat is special. It's good for you. It raises your good cholesterol. It lowers your bad cholesterol. It's not the saturated fat everybody's talking about. People are beginning to realize that this is really healthy beef. Put that with an Angus cow, and you've got a product that's just super.
Now it's time for the Farm Credit Tip of the Week.
I'm Corey Cottle with Ag Georgia Farm Credit. When it comes to life in the small towns and communities we call home, Farm Credit is there to help. Whether you want room to roam, a place to escape, a country retreat, or an open field to fulfill your part-time farming ambitions, Farm Credit has been helping land buyers with easy, personalized financing solutions for over 100 years. So whether you're building a home, buying some land to hunt or fish, or thinking about investing in a timber tract, call Farm Credit. We specialize in financing properties with unique characteristics. Again, I'm Corey Cottle with Ag Georgia Farm Credit, and that's your tip of the week.
This segment is brought to you by LandLeader, exclusive properties worldwide.
Landowners, Mahindra's inventory clearance sale is going on now. We're reducing prices like never before on the toughest utility vehicles on earth. Like a Mahindra XTV 750S as low as $135 a month. Or get up to $3,450 in cash back and savings. Plus, Mahindra's 3-year limited powertrain warranty comes standard. Hurry in for clearance savings and get your work done, America.
Are you experienced in farming, ranching, or recreational properties? Do you have a passion for the outdoors? Are you seeking a profession in real estate and land sales? If so, LandLeader is growing our team of real estate brokers and agent members across the country. We offer a strong network, excellent property marketing support, real estate training, and national affiliation of land brokerages that is second to none. For more information on becoming a member of LandLeader, visit us at landleader.com.
This segment of LandLeader TV is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors.
We have the main house that I talked about. It's 2,700 square feet, and it's a unique structure. You have to see it inside. We put all new windows in it. It's a very nice little structure. We have a garage next to it, capable of cars, and has a lot of room. It used to be the bunkhouse. We have a structure over here. We call it the garden shed. It used to be a garage type thing. We put a new shed in here, an equipment shed, and a storage building behind that. And then we have the barn down there. In addition, we have a container out there. A couple years ago, the oil company, nice little story, oil company came through and threw a lot of money at us to rent the mineral rights. And so we had an older house up on the hill for our ranch hand, and we bought a nice new double wide with 1,500 square feet. It's a really nice structure, did a nice job with it, and that's another part of the property. We have orchard grass and brome. That's what's planted in our hay fields, and that's what we bale. We've had good results with that mixture. And our senior water rights, I think they were recorded in the late 1800s and adjudicated early 1900s. So these are senior water rights, and we protect them every year. We have flumes at 5 different locations here. We read those flumes and report them to the water judge. Water is going to be essential, and you just think about it, you know, we have, when I came here, I think it was 2 million people in the state, and it's over 5 million now, and we all need water. Nothing's coming from outside this property. All this water is coming out of the ground inside the property. So that gives you a leg up on everybody down the road. We've managed the wildlife, I think, very well on this property. We do not allow hunting of deer except for one person a year. Consequently, he has a trophy room, and I think he has 12 white-tailed deer on it, and I think 8 of them come from this place. It's good hunting. With all this cover of Horse Creek and all the trees that you have down there, you're really in good shape for developing deer population. We do have substantial herds of antelope running back and forth all the time. We have whitetail on most of the property and mule deer coming in on the west side. I'm 77 years old. It seems we go to town at least 3 times a week to go to the doctor. My kids don't want to be on the ranch. Probably they don't want to be around me, but the fact is that this would seem to be, at this time, prudent to move closer to town. I called a friend of mine who was in the same kind of cattle. We were using Corriente cattle at the time, and he said, why don't you talk to this guy, Jim Digby, and he was in Simla, and we got along pretty well, and he found this place for me.
In 2006, I met Paul, and we had similar interests. We both raised the same kind of cattle at the time. This property is the best that I've been affiliated with as far as water rights go. The ranch has 2 homes, been updated and maintained over the years very well. You won't find a 118-year-old house in any better shape than anywhere. There's a 2nd home, manager's home. Then it's got all the facilities you need for a ranch operation. It's got equipment sheds, barns, working corrals, 2 sets of working corrals, good fence, a good trail system through the ranch, just everything you could possibly need for a working ranch. It's absolutely a turnkey situation.
For more information on how to feature your property on LandLeader TV, please visit landleader.com.